Okay, so we first spoke, or we've been talking about our static sample, right? So something like this. We've made our noise. This is a bit more staticky, perhaps, than your sample, but that's fine, right? We can do all sorts of things. Notice that I have a bell filter, and it's kind of negating some of the frequencies here in the mid-range. If I do a filter sweep, you can hear the different frequencies that it's negating. And conversely, if I accentuate some frequencies, right, you can hear it's kind of looping. Anyway, so now that I have this noise going on, I would come, and some of you are perhaps worried about making some simple melodies. So really all I do is I just play around on my keyboard, which is the same as if you were on your keyboard on your computer with your synths. And I just find something that kind of sounds decent enough. Oftentimes, I'll tell you, I kind of use a cheat mode by working simply within various musical scales. For instance, and we haven't covered this, and we will, I'm using the Phrygian scale here. So it's kind of hard for me. I think the Phrygian scale is amazing, and everything that you do with the Phrygian kind of already has a certain vibe going on with it. So I've already recorded this melody, but for instance, this is exactly what I would do. I would play around looking for a certain melody that might sound nice, and we come up with something like this. So now we have two tracks going on, and all I'm doing right now, and we'll talk about this in class right later, is automation. It's not automated, but you can automate this on your computers to do it for you. I'm simply opening the filter, and those higher frequencies are starting to come into play, right? We can hear that, and then we add our clap. That's 3 tracks now. And maybe when I start filtering out this synth again, we'll add the kick drum. Right? And that filter sweep that we're doing is adding movement to the composition. We've got our static in the background. It's kind of like a bed in which everything's laying. And the filter sweep is giving movement to it. And then we could add some hi-hats. Right, so now we have, what is that? 5 tracks going. Again, I'm just opening up the filter. Maybe some more hi-hats. Just a different pattern of hi-hats going on now. We take out the bass drum, add a vocal sample. Right? Now we have our cymbals going. So in total this is 8 tracks. You only need 3 or 4, right? 3 or 4. It can be something as simple as we have our static, we have our synth, we have a couple of hi-hats, something a little interesting. Now these hi-hats have added a little bit of delay to give it that kind of shuffling sound to it. But yeah, that's it. We'll talk more on Monday.